It's the symbol of winning, wealth, power, prestige. And Donald Trump, I guess.
You can't imitate gold, real gold. There's no paint that imitates gold.
So these aren't like from Home Depot or something?
No, this is not Home Depot stuff.
Anyway.
Besides the social and psychological things, gold is a precious resource that plays a key role in the global economy. And you've probably heard people talking about it right now. Over the past few months, it's surged to all-time price records, and then had the steepest drop in decades, and then rose again. So what's going on? What makes it so valuable, or not? And why does it matter?
Well, gold is a precious metal, which means a naturally occurring metallic chemical element known for being rare, durable, and beautiful. It's not the only precious metal. Other popular examples include silver, platinum, and palladium. But gold sets itself apart in a few different ways. First is its durability. See, gold is a noble metal, meaning it's resistant to tarnishing, corrosion, or oxidization.
Basically, I could bury a lump of gold like this in the ground and just leave it. Rain, hail, or shine for years on end. And when I dig it up again, it'll still be nice and shiny. That makes it perfect for making things like jewelry, coins, and even medical implants.
Gold is also a great conductor of electricity and heat, and it's used in lots of high-stakes technology, including spacecraft and satellites.
But back down here on Earth, you can find it in cars, computers, appliances, and if you're watching this on your phone, yeah, in there too.
Experts reckon that as technology develops further, especially AI and quantum computing, gold will only become more vital.
Long before any of this technology existed though, gold was just as important as it is now.
I'm talking long before, like thousands of years ago. The earliest known civilization, the Sumerians from around the 5th and 4th millennia BC, used gold for jewelry, which was gifted to royalty. In ancient Egypt, pharaohs like Tutankhamun were buried with it, believing it was the flesh of the gods. South America had the Incas, who believed gold was the sweat of the sun. They decorated temples with it, and only the king was allowed to wear gold jewelry. The Ming dynasty in China held gold as a symbol of wealth and social status, and it's still a cultural symbol associated with power, wealth, and happiness. And it was a similar story in ancient Greece and the Kingdom of Lydia.
You get the idea. Gold held some kind of cultural value all over the world. And even nowadays, a lot of what makes gold valuable is the collective belief of all of us that this metal is precious.
This kind of global value agreement eventually made gold the base on which currencies were valued, in a system called the gold standard. From around the 1870s, the gold standard tied a country's paper money directly to its gold supply in central banks, meaning cash could be converted directly into gold, making international payments with different currencies a breeze. It also kept governments from spending too much money and going into national debt by limiting the supply of paper cash. While that is a good thing, when things like World War I broke out, the Great Depression set in, and then World War II, countries needed to print more paper money than they had gold to back it with, so they could do things like pay armies and publicly fund projects to create more jobs to keep people employed. By the 1970s, the gold standard was completely abandoned.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets.
Gold held its value though, and thanks to its many sources of demand and the fact that it's a tangible thing you can actually hold, many financial eggheads call it the ultimate safe haven investment, especially in uncertain times.
For example, during the global financial crisis from 2007 to 2009, gold's value shot up, and again when the COVID pandemic hit in 2020. Now, we're seeing it happen again. In fact, gold prices hit an all-time high in late January this year, with a single ounce worth nearly $8,000, thanks to some geopolitical tensions, like ongoing wars in Ukraine and the Middle East, and US tariffs introduced last year and boosted again this year with US President Donald Trump's attempt to take over Greenland.
I may put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland, because we need Greenland for national security.
These events caused many to lose confidence in the US dollar, which took over as the global standard when the gold standard ended. Central banks started buying gold to stock up their reserves, and regular everyday investors jumped on the train too, with lines stretching around city blocks.
The gold, I'm still positive.
In the last 2 years, it's gone up by over 200, nearly 300%. So.
However, only a day after hitting all-time price highs, gold then experienced its steepest one-day drop in value since the 1980s.
And that was because of a couple of things. One, President Trump nominated this guy, Kevin Warsh, to run their country's Federal Reserve, ending lots of concerns about the central bank's independence, easing some of the economic uncertainty and bringing the value of the US dollar up slightly. But it was also because lots of people sold their gold at the record price to make a profit, meaning there was lots more supply, so the value was inherently less.
So what happens next? Well, economists say what we've seen this time isn't really anything new. Gold has always been a volatile asset, meaning prices rise and fall quickly. But it's still a lot more valuable now than it was last year. And while some say the price fall could keep going, others reckon it might bounce back to even higher levels. It all depends on what happens in the world, which right now could be almost anything.